Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about physics at grade 9 level. And we are going to see the second part of the chapter motion. From our previous lesson on motion, we saw scalars and vectors quantities, distance, displacement, speed, average speed. The topics that we are going to see in this lesson are velocity, acceleration, and deceleration. Velocity. What is velocity? Velocity is the distance moved by a body per unit time in a specific direction. It can also be defined as a displacement of a body per unit time. Velocity is a vector quantity. This means it has both magnitude and direction. The SI unit of velocity is meter per second. Calculating velocity. Velocity is defined as a displacement of a body per unit time. Velocity is calculated using the formula velocity is equal to displacement made divided by time. For example, a girl walks in a straight line. She makes a displacement of 40 meters in 8 seconds. To calculate her velocity, we take the displacement made by the girl and we divide it by the time taken. Here, the displacement made by the girl is 40 meters and the time taken is 8 seconds. So we have 40 meters divided by 8 seconds, which give 5 meters per second. So the velocity of the girl is 5 meters per second. Acceleration. A body is said to be accelerating if there is a change, or more precisely, an increase in the velocity of the body. Acceleration is defined as change in velocity of a body per unit time. Acceleration is calculated using the formula change in velocity divided by change in time. By change in velocity, we mean final velocity minus initial velocity. So, the formula for acceleration is change in velocity over change in time, which gives final velocity minus initial velocity over change in time. The SI unit of acceleration is meter per second square. Calculating acceleration. Consider the following example. A car is initially at rest. This means the car is not moving. The speed of the car is 0 meter per second. The velocity of the car increases from 0 meter per second to 25 meters per second in 10 seconds. Calculate the acceleration of the car. Here we are going to use a formula acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity over change in time. The final velocity is 25 meters per second. The initial velocity is 0 meter per second and the change in time is 10 seconds. So we have 25 minus 0 over 10, which gives 25 over 10, which is equal to 2.5 meters per second square. So the acceleration of the car is 2.5 meters per second square. Deceleration. What is deceleration? A body is said to be decelerating if the velocity of the body is decreasing with time. The acceleration of such a body will be negative. So, deceleration is equal to negative acceleration. Calculating deceleration. Consider the following example. The velocity of a car changes from 30 meters per second to 22 meters per second in 4 seconds. Calculate the acceleration of the car. Here, we are going to use a formula. Acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity over change in time. The final velocity here is 22 meters per second, and the initial velocity is 30 meters per second, and the change in time is 4 seconds. So, acceleration is equal to, here, 22 minus 30 over 4, which is equal to minus 8 over 4, which gives minus 2 meters per second square. So the acceleration here is minus 2 meters per second square. We see that the acceleration is negative because velocity is decreasing with time. This means that the car is decelerating. So what is the deceleration of the car? We know deceleration is equal to negative acceleration. Here, acceleration is equal to minus 2 meters per second square. So, deceleration is equal to negative of minus 2 meters per second square. So, the deceleration is equal to 2 meters per second square. Summary. In this lesson, you have learned about velocity, acceleration, deceleration, calculation of velocity, acceleration, and deceleration. Thank you for your attention.